started Victory Reigns in 2018, so I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a background so you know why you're sitting here today. We started Victory Reigns in 2018 and everything was on the ground. So all of the work we do in counseling, nobody gets on the horse. All of the work is building relationships with these guys because they're not like us and you have to learn their ways. And so when you do that, you can learn how to relate to them, how to communicate with them, and then we take everything we learn in the arena and we apply a spiritual principle so you can learn how to grow in your relationship with Jesus. It's all relational. It's all learning about how to walk with God, how to grow in prayer, how to communicate with Him, how to get to know Him, how to get in His Word, all kinds of lessons with the 6-lesson program. But I don't even know now, Josh and Carrie, but when did we write the book? Last year, maybe?
It came out in August or September.
Of last year, okay. So I met Pastor Josh in 2021-ish, something like that, and God led us to Flat Creek in a pretty awesome way. And Josh had been following Victory Reigns from its start. Before I ever even came to Georgia, he was following us. So when we met him, he was blown away because he said, well, I've been following you guys, and we're like, no, you haven't, because we knew nobody knew who we were. So we met him, and through this process, I really wanted to write a book about horseback riding principles and how those apply to our walk with God. And so this is what we're going to share with you today. The book is called Riding on High Hills. There's these posters on here, and there's a principle in every chapter that I'm going to go over with you, and then Josh is going to go over with you. So they're all around. Whenever we get up and go to the round pen, you can look at those, you can read what those are. But everything we're teaching you today is in the book, okay? So what I want you to think of when it comes to horses in this day, right now, what I'm teaching you is the word training, okay? Training. So the reason why I say that is because we have different levels of training in terms of, I'm going to teach you in this little section here about the horseback rider. So I'm going to tell you about the seat, how to be secure in the saddle. By no means am I any kind of professional rider, no, but I've been riding horses for a while. When I first started riding, it was kind of like get on, hold on, and go. It was just for fun. There was no technique. There was none of that. If you stayed on, great. You just held on and went. So I had no training in horseback riding, but I did have a lot of fun. This girl, her name is Amber. She will be 22 years old next month, or in May. And so we got her 2 years ago. She used to be Rosalind's, which Rosalind and John own this ranch. You guys might have met them. And then she was bought by a 10-year-old little girl, and God, through His blessing, I've always wanted a Palomino. So here I am sitting on a Palomino, and she has been awesome. She is very gentle, and she's a great horse to learn how to ride on. So Josh is going to talk about the different types of horses, the different breeds of horses, and so in his part, he's going to do that. But for right now, I'm going to talk to you about your seat in the saddle and how to kind of position yourself. Here's the thing, everything about sitting in the saddle and your safest position and balance is not natural to your body. So what I want everybody to do right now is I want you to sit up straight, put your feet on the ground. Okay, sit totally up straight, put your feet on the ground, and now I want you to point your toes to the sky. How's that feel? Does that feel comfortable? Does that feel natural? So you'd probably, to have to sit there and continue to do that, you'd probably have to really think about it, because eventually you're going to put your feet down. Okay, go ahead and put your feet down. All right, so what I want you to think about, the reason why I said that is because when we get on a horse, the natural tendency is to put your toes down. Now, I hope everybody can see me, but if you can't, I want you to just look at my body, because little bitty changes and adjustments on your feet, on your hands, on your eyes, it makes big adjustments on the body, and horses read the body. Okay, so if I have my toes down, what happens to my body? Yeah, you see how I'm forward. But this is not, do you think this is secure? Do you think this is a secure place to be? So here's the thing, you can get away with this in an environment that is not dangerous, that is not something like you're going over a jump, you're doing something a little bit harder, this is not going to go for you. If you're walking around, you might be able to get away with it. If the horse jumps to the left, you're going to be all out of balance. Okay, so we want to keep our heels down. This is the safest place. And I'm not bracing on this. I'm not bracing on this stirrup. This is called a stirrup. Now, this is a hybrid saddle, okay, because I was trained English riding. And so I bought this saddle, a Western saddle. I took the Western stirrups off and I put my English stirrups on because I just like them better. So these are English. This bridle is English. Josh is going to show you his stuff. He'll show you the differences, and he'll show you the Western stuff that he has. But Western or English, your seat in the saddle is not much different. It's all about balance. And in your Christian life, it's all about balance. It's all about security and stability in your relationship with Christ. Today we're going to talk about the individual heart. Everybody in here has a heart. Agreed? Yes. So your individual heart is what I want to talk about right now. And in Isaiah 58:13, God said, if you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, which means this. The people in that day, they were trampling on the Sabbath. They were doing all the things, but their heart wasn't in it. So I would say their feet were down. They weren't balanced. So to get your heels down, right, it's a secure place. I'm going to talk about that as being a surrendered heart. Now, how often do we have to surrender our heart? Every single day. It's a training process. It's not natural, much like the